Hey, what's up? So I came across this quote that I really liked and I posted it some months ago, decided to repost it on my Facebook. So we're going to talk about it. So the quote is, the fact that men think they can spend all their good years pouring about and then come back to you in the sunset of their life with their erectile dysfunction, Michael Jordan jeans, and receding hairline is really crazy to me. And a couple of people decided to join in the conversation. I'm going to highlight one comment from someone who is actually an acquaintance of mine. So we're not going to tear him up, but we are going to answer the question. Let's go. So, an associate of mine who has gone by the name Theodore Huxtable, ironically and sadly, he chose that. He changes his name for privacy reasons, which makes a lot of sense. A couple of months ago, the newest name he chose was Theodore Huxtable, of course, not knowing that sadly Malcolm Jamal Warner was going to pass away this week. Rest in peace again. And I just did a tribute video to Malcolm Jamal Warner on the YouTube channel. So please check it out. Show some love there. So let's get back to the conversation. So Theo he said, how can women change this narrative? Become his piece early in life. That'll definitely help. And I said to that, peace is an inside job, not anyone else's responsibility. Excuse my sensory seeker son's hands here. We don't need to become his anything. We're not doing any more emotional labor anymore. We're not changing any man's narrative, only telling the truth. And to my surprise, a male associate actually liked that. A man liked that. What? Talk about some evolution. Shout out to you. So Theo responded with, and that's why majority of certain race type of women will remain single. It sounds crazy, but the game has to be played or ... Or else we're going to be a passport bro. We're going to keep dating non-black women because of course we know certain race type of woman. That means black woman with an attitude, which means black woman with education, standards, money, their own place, all that kind of stuff will remain single. Almost like that's a punishment. Please stop threatening us with a good time because this is the best time in life I have ever had, not being saddled and ridden by a Negro dactyl. So his next comment was, I don't know any single submissive woman, not one. Really? Okay, your world must be very small because I actually have a couple of girlfriends who are submissive and single by choice because although they choose to be submissive, like I used to choose to be in that way, they are very selective in their submission. And until they decide that this is the person that I believe that I can trust and submit my life to, they're going to stay single because when you decide to submit, you are literally putting your life and the outcome of your life into your partner's hands. And by the numbers, who's having the loneliness epidemic in this country and across the world? It's not really a race of people, it's more a type of people. And it's not women. It's really not. So there was another comment, and I'm going to try to find it real quick. Oh, here it is right here. So we're going to call this next lady Faye. So shout out to Faye, Miss Porter. And she reiterated what I said as well. She said, peace is a state of being. It starts with self, beloved. I love that, beloved, by the way. He must become and be his own peace. So for some reason, I can't see one of the words, but the power and responsibility to change this narrative rests with the man and character and his connection to the said chain of events. And then she ended it with peace be still. How poetically powerful. All right, so I just want to end this with a couple more thoughts, really just driving the point home at this point. But the question was, how can women change this narrative? So the conversation started out by women saying that we are not going to continue to accept men gallivanting, spreading their seed, boys being boys, the narrative and the game that we had to grow up with, basically, essentially, that we're not playing that game anymore, that you're not going to come to us later on in life and give us your leftovers and your raggedy stuff. Like we're done with that. And so then the question was posed, how do women change the narrative? Do you understand how problematic that is to ask us to change the narrative of a game that we did not create, that we're tired of playing, and then say, well, if you don't keep playing the game, basically, you're just going to be single? Hello, we already said it first. We said we're not playing the game anymore, and we would rather be single than play this dumb game. We're done. We don't care. Please do not keep threatening us with a good time.
Y'all, I'm officially a YouTube partner, and I just launched memberships. Join my community for exclusive perks like behind-the-scenes content, custom badges, and shout-outs. Hit that join button and let's level up together, because we're just getting started, baby.
And as it pertains to women that you know that are submissive and not single, all of the women, and I mean all of them, of the women that I've met throughout my life that have the highest credit scores, that own their homes in their name, that have the most, I would say, assets, that have the most education, almost all of them are single, or they were divorced and decided not to get married again, or they're widowed and they decided not to get married again. I can confidently say that all of the women that I know that are in that bracket are like that. Now, do I know some women who are married and happy? Sure. Do I know more women who are married and performatively happy because that's kind of what defines their existence, and misery loves company, so they want to recruit more people into the misery that they're in? Yeah. Because I was one of those people too. Definitely. Do I know a lot of women who will prop their guy up because that's how they were trained to be? And they will call him a king in in public, but in private, keep begging him to behave and actually be royalty, and who will try to speak life into him and everything else, and in hopes that he will actually, that the stuff that she's saying, that he will actually it'll materialize in his life and in their life? Sure. Because I used to be one of those too. Am I going to be naive and say that I know all women and that they're all miserable? I'm not going to say that, but I can confidently say that there has been a major shift. There's been a big shift. And we've already said that we are not going to accept and be happy with what our grandmothers, what our mothers, what our old aunties got. We listen to them. We listen to a lot of them. We listened to grannies when she was on her deathbed, or granny after grandpa died, and then she went ahead and told the whole truth. So we're a lot wiser, and we're not taking those shorts no more. It's not happening. So when a man says, you're going to be single and everything else, it's actually proving our point, because once again, he's coming back up and just following up with some bullshit. Like, it's almost like little kids arguing, like when a little girl says, I'm done playing with you. And what does the little boy say? Well, I'm done playing with you too. Well, she already said it. She already said it. Respectfully, coming on there and asking that question is literally proving our point. We already said we would rather be single than accept the leftovers and I'm just trying. No, thank you. And we are also tired of being a certain demographic of women, as in Black women, that everybody starting with Black men thinks that you can continue to downgrade us and treat us like we're supposed to be happy with the crumbs and with the bullshittery and with being the last choice, because we're not valued. And we're not valued first by Black men. We're tired of that too. Because the shit that y'all do to us, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it as bad to other women. So we sick of that too. We cool. We cool with being single rather than being miserable or settling anymore. That's it.
Oh no. It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. They get on it like Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like go. Must have on a beat, bro, deep.
So, the prices had to go up because of tariffs and shipping costs, but you know what? The value is still there. This is a whole mantra, not just a mug. So get your copy today, and thanks for your support.
Okay, so one more thing. I'm actually getting ready to go to a gig. I just wanted to show off my beautiful new mommy sippy cup, a birthday gift. So let me get back to the point. I just had this really cool encounter. So my friend, and you guys don't hurt him too bad. Don't hurt him too bad. I really think that he always comes in peace. And hey, everybody's entitled to their own perspective. But my friend Theo said something in closing. It was something along the lines of, I've never met one woman who is submissive and single. Not one. That may not be verbatim, but I understand what he's saying, that women who are submissive, that they get chosen, that they're not single. And again, I think that's pretty interesting. And I didn't have time to think about it more, but then something really cool happened. A girlfriend just called me from college, a good friend of mine. We haven't talked in years. So we went to an HBCU together, shout out Langston University. And she is not submissive. And she is actually divorced and remarried, has been remarried for about 11 years. And she was calling me because she was so excited because her husband, her second husband, just surprised her with a brand new house that he built from the ground up. She is not submissive. Obviously, if she's a good friend of mine, she ain't submissive. She is outspoken. She's also a singer. She is college educated. She is strong-willed, always has her own direction. She speaks up and advocates for herself because in her first marriage, she was submissive and she was walked all over in that marriage. So she decided, I'm not going to be that woman anymore. She became friends with a man who pursued her, a military man. And let me say this, she is gorgeous, gorgeous, intelligent, all of that stuff. But a lot of people within that community, the community that my friend probably is in, would say, you're going to be lonely. You're going to be by yourself. You're not going to get picked. And not only did she get picked again, but she got picked and she chose back because that man was of her vibration and he was a pick of the litter, you can say, is accomplished and he gives her the world. And she just, I'm like the timing of this, just having a conversation. And someone just said to me, I don't know, not one woman who is submissive and not single. And here comes my girlfriend calling me out the blue. Just, she wanted to celebrate that she's not submissive. She always stands in her own power after being a submissive woman that got walked over. She's happily remarried, has been for over a decade. And he just bought her and built her a house from the ground up. Aww. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Queens, keep your standards, your goals, your directions, your everything high as okay, keep it high. And this is how we change our narrative. This is how we change it. Our narrative, not theirs. We can only change ours, right? All right. So for you ladies who actually still want to deal with men in that capacity, there's another example for you. Bye-bye again.